Hi, I'm Isaac Niffing, Buildings Analyst with GreenBiz, and I'm so excited to be joined today by Jim Weidner, Executive Director of Engineering at Amgen. Hi, Jim. How are you?
Very good. Thanks, Isaac.
So, the built environment has major impacts on human well being and the climate, contributing nearly 40% of greenhouse gas emissions worldwide. How does Amgen prioritize the built environment in the context of the company's overall sustainability programs?
Sure. Yeah. The built environment is a very high priority for Amgen. The built environment includes the laboratories where we develop, as well as the factories where we make novel drugs. And so it's a very big part of our business. It's also the biggest part of our scope one, scope two carbon footprint, as well as the biggest part of our waste and water. So it's a really big deal for us. We've been working on it for quite a time, Isaac. We started back in 2008. We're currently on our third sustainability program. The first two programs reduced carbon, waste, and water each by about 30%. And now, oh, thanks. Yeah, and so now our latest one, we call our Amgen 2027 ambition. That's going to reduce carbon one and carbon scope two to neutrality for us. And then it's also going to reduce waste by an additional 75% and water by an additional 40%. And that's on top of the previous 30% reductions that I mentioned.
Amazing. So, can you name some of the innovations that Amgen has deployed to enable your progress to date for reducing environmental footprint of commercial and industrial buildings?
Yeah, definitely. And innovation is it's like the top tier of our approach. First comes innovation, then comes efficiency, and for what's left, we like to do things like get renewable energy for what's left. In Singapore, we implemented some really innovative technologies, and we reduced energy by 70% compared to conventional facilities. We did that through dramatic miniaturization of the process. So by reducing the facility dramatically, it then reduced the amount of heating and cooling energy that we had to put into the facility. We also did some process improvements for the process itself that makes the drugs that gave us really good benefits in terms of reducing waste and water footprints.
What are some of the innovations that Amgen is deploying for new and commercial industrial buildings to meet this 2027 ambition for scope one and two carbon emissions?
Sure. I mean, we're definitely going to build on what we did in the past, right? We replicated the facility in Singapore with one in Rhode Island using that same technology. And now we're currently building facilities in Ohio and North Carolina, and those are taking it to the next level. As part of those builds, we went through over 100 energy saving ideas and implemented the best of those. We did some energy recovery that gave us very significant energy reduction. And we also came up with some technologies to replace cooling towers, which gave us really great dramatic reductions in water.
Wonderful. You mentioned before that on-site renewables are being used. Can you talk to me a little bit more about which on-site renewables you're using on Amgen's new commercial and industrial buildings?
Yes, and again, like first comes innovation, next comes things to efficiency, and then for what's left, we'd like to go after it with renewable energy. The facility that we built in Singapore, as well as the facilities under construction in Ohio and in North Carolina, all included upfront design to enable solar panels on the roof. And these are industrial buildings with industrial solar panels. So this isn't like, enabling your roof on your house. This is like major stuff. And then we also enabled it with master planning of the sites. We purchased enough land for the Ohio and North Carolina facilities to enable surface mounted solar. We are in the process of installing solar at all three of those facilities at different stages. And the solar energy is going to provide about 20% of the site energy needs for each of those three sites.
Americans spend over 90% of their time indoors. And as the COVID-19 pandemic has demonstrated, the built environment has major effects on our mental and physical health. Moreover, healthy buildings can provide major financial benefits to owners. So what actions does Amgen take to deploy healthy space design for new and commercial industrial buildings?
That's crazy to think we spend 90% of our time indoors. That's a lot. We're a healthcare company, so taking care of the health of our employees, that's going to be core to what that's going to be central to what we want to do. When you look at retaining top talent, I think that some of the things that are part of having healthy buildings are great for retaining top talent. It's like having natural light, having access to clean indoor air, having walking trails on your site, fitness centers. These are all parts of the designs that we deploy. We do this in conjunction with Fitwell certifications. Fitwell is one of the largest certification programs for building healthy facilities. And we feel that having really good facilities for our employees is a good way to take care of them. And if, our business, we need top talent to deliver. And so if it's something that helps attract and retain top talent, then it's a win-win for us.
So, in the process of construction, what are you doing for your commercial and industrial buildings to ensure that the construction process itself is sustainable?
Sure. And it's like everything else. You have to be green from the start and you have to build it into your business processes. And so we're doing construction sustainability plans for the new facilities in Ohio and North Carolina. And then we use those construction sustainability plans when we go out to bid with construction firms. So they know that we have this commitment to the environment and they know that we have metrics where we're looking for them to deliver. So it's going to be part of what they do from the beginning. It's part of the expectation. It's also part of our selection of the vendors. And so they know that we're going to have ways to monitor them and they're going to help us monitor them. And this is going to be so that we can deliver less waste by doing more recycling, so that we can have lower environmental footprints when we build and just a lower overall environmental footprint during the entire construction process.
Thank you, Jim. Do you have any closing comments?
I think, we talked on it a little bit earlier, Isaac. It's, being green from the start and building it into your business processes. And when you look at sustainability that way, instead of trying to layer something on at the end, you can actually have significant impact on business outcomes in addition to delivering on sustainability. The facility that I mentioned in Singapore, where we had that 70% energy reduction, that facility also had one fourth the construction cost. And in the biotech, it can cost $1 billion to build facilities. That facility was a fourth of that cost. It's a lot of money. It also was built in half the time. So normal facility can take 5 years to build. So half the time is a big deal to us. And it currently runs with half the operating cost. And these aren't just theoretical numbers. This is actual data because Amgen has traditional facilities that we either built a long time ago or we acquired. And so we know what that type of facility cost and takes to build and cost to operate. And now we have these new facilities and we know that we can deliver on business outcomes at the same time as meeting sustainability. That's why we're really happy to be part of panels like this. And we really appreciate being part of this. I'm looking forward to hearing from other companies on what they've done and listen to them challenge us to take it to the next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Jim. We love hearing about these synergistic benefits and love hearing about Amgen's leadership in this space. So thank you for all the work that you do.